Actually, on the contrary, Three Brothers and Three Sisters is actually not lazy at all. If anything, it's just a further representation of the theme of three that has been built into the story. It stands to reason that with Three Sisters in a romance series, because ACOTAR, I think, is the most romance of the romantasy series that SJM is bringing to us, we have Three Sisters. It stands to reason that they will have three love interests. To further enforce the theme of three, it would make sense that those three sisters would get with three brother figures. And I think what works here is that they're not related. And even though they call themselves brothers, I don't like that doesn't bother me so much. I know it bothers other people. It definitely bothers people in my real life book club, but it doesn't bother me personally because they're not related. Like there's no errant DNA is going to hang around in these winged or non-winged children. We also have three major positions that the sisters and the brothers and their friends fulfill. We have rulers, we have warriors, and we have spies. And the three sisters have two besties. Elaine, it might not be Nuala and Caridwen. At this point, I have too many different ways to pronounce it. I'm gonna stick back to what I know until I get back to my home city and I can properly research it. Either way, we have three sisters with two friends. That means that the sisters are part of their own trios. And then they also have a bat boy, one of the three brothers that slots in nicely to one of these three positions. Even going back to ACOTAR 1, we had Lucian and Feyre and Tamlin, where these were three besties. So the theme of three goes all the way back to ACOTAR 1. We even got the Band of Exiles as like a rule of three. So like it continues outside of the three brothers and three sisters as well. And to add on to that, we have the main big bad being Koschei. And if I remember correctly, Koschei, like that whole myth involves like the rule of three as well. So no, at this point, I wouldn't call the rule of three brothers, three sisters lazy. I would call it the fulfillment of the writing and the motifs that Sarah J. Maas has already. If anything, I think if she drops it so close to the finish line because of fan displeasure or fan engagement, I actually think that she would be a much worse writer for it. And then we just don't need to listen to anything these books say. We have the rule of three in ACOTAR in particular, so it stands to reason that it would be continued, this theme of three, with Asriel and Elaine, the last two of the last three to get together. That being said, I don't think that Asriel is interested in Elaine because Elaine is the last of the three sisters. I think that is a really unfair and simplistic way to interpret what he said in his bonus. Because I think the difference that Asriel and Elaine have from Feyre and Rhysand and Nesta and Cassian is that Asriel and Elaine were able to develop as a couple, as a ship, without any hint of forced proximity. These two, every ounce of time that they have spent with each other has been voluntary, has been sought after. And why wouldn't we want that for Elaine? I actually think that the three brothers, three sisters thing, like it wouldn't be lazy. It would be a really nice culmination of every sister's arc to show that no matter how different they are, no matter how like fucked up their relationship is, they are still three sisters and they still fell into, voluntarily or otherwise, this great love with these three, not brothers, but three besties.